Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. Today is Monday. It's the 9th day of March. It's National Barbie Day. You had Barbies growing up, didn't you?
Oh, I had so many Barbies.
And didn't you say you had them like way longer than you should have?
Oh, yeah. I was still playing with Barbies when I was 13 years old. I
Nothing wrong with that.
loved my Barbies.
And it's also National Crab Meat Day. It's National Get Over It Day. So if there's something you need to get over, do it today. Just get over it. It's also National Meatball Day and National Napping Day today. All of these things happening on this Movie Star Monday. I'm kind of excited about my Movie Star Monday guest.
Okay.
Because his name is Lee Majdoub. He is in the #1 movie in theaters. I don't think it's #1 this week. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what the box office looks like. But Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, yeah.
He's in this. He is the dude that's like right next to Jim Carrey all the way through. He's the sidekick. And this guy holds his own all the way through, too. So super excited to chat today with our Movie Star Monday guest, Lee Majdoub.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A survey by the New York budget officials there, they estimate that the state of New York will take in an extra $700 million in tax revenue thanks to Wall Street bonuses.
Okay.
So they're saying, that things were going really well on Wall Street and everybody's getting bonuses. I think this is like before the Corona scare and then it went down, but I think it's coming back up and it's, it's a little bit different here. But they're saying with these stock prices and everything being so good and Wall Street doing so good, just the tax revenue in just New York, an additional $700 million in tax revenue.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
With money like that, they could fix a pothole or two.
They sure could.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. According to court filings, a 22-year-old Iowa woman was driving a Maserati littered with several hundred spent canisters of nitrous oxide when the vehicle was pulled over. It says a computer check revealed the registered owner of this vehicle had a driving status of barred, so she wasn't supposed to be driving. This all happened, when was this? Has it got a date here? I don't know when it was.
What was she going to do with that?
Well, it says that the driver was under the influence, had bloodshot, watery eyes, dilated pupils, impaired speech. The source of the impairment was scattered about the auto. It was the Whippet brand nitrous oxide canisters.
Okay.
So they were under the influence of this nitrous oxide. Multiple charges of driving under the influence, possession of a fake ID, and possession of nitrous oxide.
Just lock them up, man.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. But that's what happens when your brain is on, well, even that weird drug.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. 38-year-old Claire Crawley has been named the new Bachelorette for season 16 of the show. Season is expected to last about 3 months. Claire was actually a runner-up on The Bachelor 6 years ago when she was dumped by Juan Pablo. So,
okay.
For those of you who knew,
I don't watch those shows.
For those of you who knew all of this, you may consider getting a hobby.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. Honestly, if that's your favorite show, if that's your thing, that's cool. That's your deal. It's not. I've never really had an interest in that.
I don't like reality
it's been
shows at all.
Judge Judy, we talked about this, but she announced on the Ellen Show that she's ending her syndicated court show, Judge Judy, after 25 seasons. She's launching a new show called Judy Justice next year. I've got a link that has some more information on that. We didn't have a lot of the details on it before, but now we do. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. United Airlines is warning of more cut flights due to the corona scare. So there are different routes where they trim down, instead of 12 routes or 12 flights, are doing like 2 or whatever. So moral of the story is it's getting harder and harder to travel. So harder to find a flight that's even available, and then if it is, it's probably sold out. So if you have somewhere to go, maybe consider planning to do that later. I don't know. A new study found that coconut crabs talk to each other while they're mating. So who in the world was doing that?
What are they talking about?
I don't know. And who's like, what are you doing? Watching these coconut crabs, checking to see if they're talking while they're mating. I mean, dude, what is going on? A Yahoo Finance survey found that Calabasas, Calabasas, so that'd be Calabasas, has surpassed Beverly Hills as the home for the most rich and famous people. How sad is it? Must be in California. How sad is it? I don't even know where it is.
I've never heard of it.
Never been invited to a party. I'm just saying. So, apparently, instead of Beverly Hills, this is the place now. Ohio police have discovered a 25-year-old alligator living in a man's basement. So, hopefully, the man knew about it.
I would assume so. He's been feeding it, clearly.
Like,
but maybe he wasn't supposed to have.
What is going on?
Apparently, you can't have
here?
that for a pet.
Probably not. A new report claims Prince Andrew once let model Caprice Boré sit on the Queen's throne at Buckingham Palace.
Uh-oh.
That's
a no-no.
Yeah, he's in trouble. That's why he's in trouble.
Yeah, that's why. Because of that.
Prince Andrew apparently was a party boy.
Naughty boy.
Kim Kardashian wore a latex bodysuit to Kanye West's Sunday service in Paris. I've got more details on this I'm going to chat about. I don't know if I've got that today or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But there's like a long story. It doesn't even matter to me. But it was interesting. When I read the story, I thought it was kind of interesting. New York City is removing their final payphones this month. So a lot of places have done this.
Oh, yeah.
But there were a few payphones littered around the city of New York. And it's funny because I've actually seen photos of people taking photos of them. So like somebody took a photo of kids taking a photo of a payphone. They're like, what is this thing? And somebody got a photo of that. I thought that was kind of funny. But now they're going to be gone very, very soon. Prince Harry is being asked to introduce...
I think that's sad. Just leave them there. What are they hurting?
Well, but they don't need them. And I guess that there's some issues of people doing things there that they're not supposed to be doing there. So that's why they're getting rid of them.
All right.
Prince Harry's being asked to be introduced as just Harry for speaking engagements. He says, don't use my title anymore because I'm no longer royalty. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man formerly known as Prince Harry. I don't know what you're supposed to call him.
They're going to be begging to be let back into the royal family before too long.
Probably. And prison officials have announced Harvey Weinstein is getting special treatment because they're afraid of another Epstein incident. So there you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Lee Majdoub. He is in a movie that it's done okay at the box office. Sonic the Hedgehog, #1 movie in the country. Lee, how you doing, sir?
Doing very well. How are you?
Fantastic. That's got to feel pretty darn good to have the #1 film in the nation, and people are just loving this movie, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. I'll be honest with you. It feels pretty cool, and it's a fantastic movie, and we're so happy that everybody's loving it and having a good time watching it.
And in this film, you work right next to Jim Carrey. You're kind of like, I don't know, sidekick, is that the right word? I don't know if that's assistant. What would you call your character compared to Jim Carrey's character?
You know, he's got a lot of different jobs, I think. I think, you know, he's his right-hand man, he's his assistant, he's his coffee maker. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different jobs that Agent Stone takes on.
So it was interesting to see the chemistry between the two of you, and it looks like you guys had a lot of fun doing this. Is Jim Carrey crazy, or is that just an act?
No, he's not crazy. I'll be honest with you, he's not crazy. The guy's really gracious, really big-hearted, super collaborative. It was crazy for me to meet him. I grew up on him. He's been a hero of mine for a very long time, since like Ace Ventura came out, and The Mask, and you know, Liar Liar. So getting to set and getting to meet him, and you know, you get to hear a lot of times people tell you, you know, you don't want to meet your heroes or people you admire because they might let you down. And meeting Jim, I don't think could have gone any better. A lot of the relationship between Stone and Robotnik actually wasn't on the page, and through chatting with Jim and chatting with Jeff Fowler, we started to come up with these ideas that turned the relationship into what you see on screen now.
And I think that is absolute magic. And I got to tell you, there are a lot of people that would be afraid to be sharing as much screen time as you did with Jim Carrey because, you know, he could steal the scene. But you held your own, man, and I think that's really good for you.
Yeah, man, thank you so much. Thanks for saying that. It was pretty cool. You know, he was so, like I said, he was so generous. So I never felt that. I never felt, you know, oh, man, I'm going to have to figure out how to hold my own here. And I think sometimes if you try to do that on a project, that's when things start to fall apart for you.
Again, our guest right now, Lee Majdoub, in the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. But in addition to that, you've been in a bunch of other things. And I know there's a huge following for the program called The 100 on the CW. And you had a chance to be a part of that. What was it like working with that group?
It's fantastic. I mean, the group from The 100, I've known a lot of them for some time. The show's been going on for about 7 years. And it shoots out in Vancouver, Canada. And that's where I'm based right now. So, you know, I've been involved in that show for a while, just through friends and you know, helping them prep their scenes or whatnot. So to then be brought on board as a really cool character. He's someone I haven't played before. His name's Nelson. He's a warrior. He's trying to find a place for his people because they don't quite fit in. But to be able to come on board and act with some of my buddies was really cool.
Now, you've had a chance to do a lot of really cool projects, but between the big screen and television programs as well. And I'm looking through some info here, and I discovered that you speak 5 different languages: Italian, English, French, Arabic, and Japanese. So have you had a chance to utilize some of that in your acting career and have a character that speaks a different language as well?
I've had the opportunity to use some French, some Arabic, Italian not really, and Japanese not really. I mean, Italian was my first language growing up, and then you know, we moved around a lot, so I lost it pretty young. But you know, my dad always tells me, he's like, oh, it'll take you like a month to get all that back. So I think if I just commit a little bit of time, that Italian will come back. And then Japanese I took in college for 6-7 months.
Well, I think it's amazing. The movie just has like this holding power. It just doesn't go away. You guys keep scoring at the box office over and over and over. Is it kind of what you were expecting when you got a chance to read the script for Sonic the Hedgehog? Did it finish exactly the way you were expecting it to?
I think it's way better. Way better than I could have imagined. Like, I mean, it's a movie. Sometimes when you're reading a script, you can't quite see the fantastic element of the action sequences, and Sonic's personality really pops through Ben Schwartz. So when you're reading Sonic's lines, you don't know what voice is going to be attached to it, really, right? Like, I don't know what Ben's going to do. But the script itself had so much heart and so much love, and, you know, it's a story about friendship and just kind of trying to find your place in the world, which I think a lot of people identify with. And I think that's probably a big reason why despite doing really well. Besides the fact that there's so many fans of Sonic.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us about this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Again, the movie is called Sonic the Hedgehog. You might have heard of it. It's in all the papers. I've got a link to all of the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The man who wrote Dracula never, ever visited Transylvania.
Really?
Yeah, Bram Stoker, also Abraham, that's Bram is short for
Okay.
that, was an Irish author who is best remembered for his gothic horror novel Dracula. Partially set in Transylvania, a mountainous region in central Romania. The story cemented the legend of vampires in that region, but Stoker never traveled there, ever. Never visited Eastern Europe. And by virtue, he never visited Transylvania.
Well, that's interesting. You'd think he'd want to see it after writing about it
so.
for that long.
But
and
then
stuff.
again-
but then it would change his perception
Probably.
of what it looked like.
Yeah.
And
I actually read a really interesting story about his first book. His first book was a really boring, wasn't successful. It was like just a really boring book. And then he wrote this because he liked the lady and she was into this kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool.
well, it was a good move.
Yeah, apparently. Thanks for listening to today's Fun Fact.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Japan. Japanese baseball teams are playing in empty stadiums because of fear of the coronavirus. But the thing that's interesting, they still need to play the games in order for the season to stay on track.
Right.
So they're playing, there's just nobody in the stands. How weird would that be?
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
What,
It's all good.
You're going to make fun of a team that maybe they're probably used to it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just stop. We're not sports people, so we'll just move on. Thanks for listening. Here, insert your least favorite team here. They're probably used to it. There you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has been a news headline from somewhere in this world.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man who led police on a wild car chase in California after stealing a hearse with a dead body inside is being prosecuted. 25-year-old James Juarez was slapped with 2 felony charges for a very bizarre incident that began when he swiped a vehicle, a black Lincoln Navigator, that was parked outside of a church. The hearse was stolen after the driver left the keys in the ignition while dropping off a different body inside the church. Says a motorist spotted the stolen hearse early the next morning, leading to a police chase that ended with the SUV crashing. Authorities found the body undisturbed inside the casket in the rear of the vehicle. How weird would that be?
That's crazy.
He was charged with fleeing a police officer while driving recklessly and taking a vehicle without consent. Not being charged with stealing a body. So apparently, is that not illegal?
I don't know. It
Yeah, I
must.
don't know.
Well, I don't know.
So can
I
you?
don't think he intentionally stole the
No,
body.
but he did. But
so they can't charge him with stealing a
you-
body.
Well, sure, you could.
He stole a car.
Well, if there was a kid in there, he'd get charged with kidnapping.
Not
Yeah,
not if you let
absolutely.
the kid go.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sure that he would. So I can't even imagine being that funeral director having to call and say, "Yeah, you're your funeral for tomorrow might be postponed. We're waiting for the body to come back. I mean, that would just be the weirdest thing ever. I've got a link to the story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. An Oregon man has been busted for repeatedly duping Girl Scouts. He was buying cookies with counterfeit money. Talk about Scumbag of the Year
wow.
award. 36-year-old Camden Stevens Dushmar was arrested. Charges of forgery after 2 different Girl Scout troops reported getting bogus bills. Says one incident happened when he passed a $20 counterfeit to purchase a box of cookies outside of Walmart, and it says received legal currency in exchange. So not
what a
only
jerk.
did he steal the cookies, he also got the change in real money. Tiffany Brown filed a police report after her daughter's troop was given fake money. That happened February the 16th. Investigators used a video from the Walmart employees. They helped
Right.
track down who it was, and then he has since been arrested. It happened 2 different times.
Wow.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. I'm glad they found him.
I'm glad they found him,
His name
too.
is fitting.
Yeah, he's not a very nice man. Thanks for listening to today's Moment of Duh.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now, fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it #fake news made up just to fool you and amuse me?
Okay.
All right, tell me here. Fake news or Florida? Hospital security guard fired for uploading his flatulence to Instagram. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
No, it's a true story.
Well, why would that have anything to do with his job?
Well, he was on the job at the time.
Oh.
He's supposed to be
okay, I
working,
could
and
see
instead
that.
he's
I thought
recording.
they were just mad because he was recording himself doing that
recording
online.
videos. He's like, hey, watch this one.
I could see that.
I'm really proud of this one. Yeah, that's a bad idea, dude.
Not at work.
No, don't do that. Meanwhile, bank's getting robbed behind him. No, that didn't happen, thank goodness. It was a hospital security guard, too, so it wasn't even a bank. This has been Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for some good news. We always like to wrap things up around here with a little good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Headline, police help a mother celebrate her daughter's first birthday. Here's the story from Georgia. It says a sweet interaction between 2 officers and a mother who wanted to celebrate her child's first birthday. The police tweeted Wednesday that during a random audit of police body camera videos, a supervisor found this interaction. Video shows Sergeant Nick Boney and Officer Officer Jimmy Wilson. I'm struggling to talk right now, Heidi.
You are.
Can I just go? We're almost
It's
done.
a Monday.
Jim Wilson and Nick Boney, they asked a woman holding a bouquet of balloons if she wanted a ride. And then it says, what happened next will warm your heart. And then there's just the video that you'd have to watch if you want to see it all. But what it was is, she was getting these balloons to celebrate a birthday with her daughter, and they stopped and helped the lady out and made the birthday a very, very special birthday. And the thing that's cool is this video is gone viral. There's like millions of people now that are seeing this video. So I think it's really, really neat. I've got a link to the story.
So they went to the house and stayed for the party? Or
Well, you'd have to watch the video if you want to know.
You haven't watched the video, have you?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, that's really good news, John.
It's great news. It was shared with me as good news. So. Sure hope you don't watch a video and something awful happens. Wow. John really picked bad good news this week.
Wow.
No, John realized it was almost time to be done and hadn't fixed anything yet. I've got a link to that if you want to see what it's all about. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday.